Hello and welcome back to Roslow Gaming and our Let's Play series of Bath City in Football Manager 2019. We have just started our second season here and have so far won match and drawn another match against Billy K, which are our top opponent for winning the title for the season basically. So we're off to a decent start here. So we'll get further into the season here with two home matches coming up with Dartford and Chelmsford. But before that, remember to smash that like button if you like what you see, and also comment on anything you'd like, anything you have, and the most positive and informative comment on each episode will get pinned, just so you know. And last and most important, please subscribe if you haven't done so you don't miss out on any of the new episodes coming out here daily at Roslow Gaming, and to make super sure you don't miss out, hit that notification bell as well. Anyway, let's get into the game here and move us forward. So we have also Jack Patton, currently suspended, one of our defenders. I think he's second or third choice for defending or center back, so we'll see if we'll add him in the team once his suspension is over. So let's see here our scout report for Dartford is not anything we really are looking at that much. We trust our assistant manager and in most of the game and play this game as usual, very financial. So we have done most of the work for this season actually, and now we will just more or less play it through and hope to do the best out of it. And we have actually even another signing here possible. So I think we'll sign Callum Ward here. That is possibly better than our current player or current keeper. And our current keeper are at 1.9k in wage, and this keeper is a lot less and also younger. So let's accept that, and possibly better and also better potential. So might be a good signing, even though we are over budget, but all to win the title is okay. So let's see, yeah, he's better than Charlie Freeman, so that's good, and he's very well suited for football in our current tier, so that's good as well. So we'll ask our team leader to welcome him to the squad, and we'll follow these team instructions to add according to our assistant manager to improve the chance of a good result against Dartford. And we are slight favorites for the upcoming match. And here is another player that seems to be very good. And I think we'll try to sign him as well. Or I kind of want to sign him as well. But we are very much starting to get overcumbered with the players. But let's see if we approach to sign him. Yeah, he doesn't want basically anything to play with us, and that's the problem. Because I think our current players in the midfield are asking quite a lot. Actually, we have no player that are playing in the middle at the moment. We have Stewart and Paxman, who are Stewart at 2.5k, Paxman at 1.9k. So if we can get in this player at even a very much lower wage, we maybe can extend him again for next season and pay very little for him in wage that season. So we'll try here with 700, and let's see here, 77.5, and we'll finalize that deal as well. And we'll have a scouting meeting here. We will definitely not take a look at any 25-year-old or 30-year-old that would add quality to their team. They are just too old. And last week training was pretty good, with an overall rating here of or average training rating of 7.36, so that's pretty decent. Let's have a look here at the individual level. And we have Ryan Brown performing well again. And we have several players here that are doing well. We have Lewis improving quite a lot here. And that's nice. It's actually quite old player and not our top pick, so to say. And we still have problem with Rostarn. And if you have watched the series or a couple of episodes, you will know that we have trouble with Stern all the time. So for the under 23s, we will let all players that need match sharpness to play in the under 23s for 60 minutes per match until they are match fit. So we'll not switch out our keeper here, since he's not match fit. We'll let him play in the under 23s first. And I see Jack Beckton is still suspended, as we see. Genovese can we put into the team. Hutton as well. Let's just take a look here. So Lewis is not great substitution for center back, but it's possible to use him as a center back. Now we'll add in Carl Stewart here in the middle, together with Paxman. So that's the best team we can play, so we'll use that team. Or actually we'll see here, so we make sure that we put right players on the bench as well. So I think we want Mins, Richards, Ball and Kane, Lewis. Or actually I think we'll have here, also we'll have Sparta here instead of Stern, who are causing us trouble, and we'll put in Lonton instead of Richard, so we have a good midfielder as backup. Now we'll go to the match. Now let's see if we can get a good result here. So we're waiting on the first proper highlight here, so we'll comment on that as good as we can. That might be one of the high points of this series, I guess. Listening to me trying to do commentary on the highlights that are going by a little too quick to actually be able to commenting that good. So here we have a comment or a highlight with the free kick from our defenders, and the ball is going back and forth, and we have the ball with Dartford currently, with Murphy driving the ball up towards the penalty area, and their striker puts a decent shot just wide. And we have a highlight coming up straight after. And we have the ball with Medley loose to Stewart. And can he pass? Yeah, he passes to Brunton. He's free and scores! So it's 1-0 for Bath versus Stratford. So a very nice goal there by Brunt. And overall, very nice passing here. We had a lucky break there, I guess, from the opponent team that made a good interception, but the interception got away from them, and basically it was like a good pass to one of our players. And we have another highlight here, Stewart with the free kick. And the ball goes back, blocked by the wall. And the ball is to Sparta with a cross to Rigg. Can he cross? He do put to Brunt, and he scores again. It's another goal for Brunt. 2-0 for Bath FC. So very good here. And a very bad mistake from their right back. And a good finish again from Brunt. So very good to get him on the scoreline. We need him to work better than he did in the first season and make more goals than he did then. So the first time stats is 2-0 for Bath City versus Stratford, and shots is 8-6. Shots on target is 3-4, and possession is 52-48%. So a decent first half here. Not the best of accuracy on our shots, I guess, and they had a little bit too many shots maybe, but we can't really complain when we're leading 2-0. And overall, all our players have all pretty good ratings, so that's good as well. So highlight here, straight from the kickoff, that disappears, which it usually does, and we'll get on small injury on Stewart, so we'll substitute him right away so he doesn't get a serious injury. And we have the highlight now, corner from Hutton, and the ball goes back out to Rigg to Hutton, and the cross comes in for Medley loose, and he puts it just over the bar. So we'll look to do a substitution after this highlight, and it's another goal for Bath City Football Club. And this time the goal is made by Sparta, and it's a good header by Genovese, and Sparta is there for the rebounds. So we'll take to make one or two more substitutions now in the 62nd or 63rd minute. So I think we'll actually put Ryan Brunt off here. I'll put in Mins and let him play as a poacher. And I think we'll wait with the last substitution here, or rather wait to have a player left on the bench if something happens for a little bit. We'll do the last substitution now. So we'll put in Dunball or King Lewis for one of the defenders. I feel is a good choice here for us. So I think we'll go with King Lewis instead for Romeo Hutton, who have played the worst of the defenders and also is the most tired. I can't say that our defenders have played bad though. They have played very good until now. I guess that wasn't very good. Luckily for us, our keeper saved, or the one-on-one for Dartford versus our keeper. So the highlight is still not over, and their corner is taken care of by us and put up well to the forwards, and not much happening in there really. So just a few minutes to go here. So a very good match here, as it looks like. We'll have the final whistle in a few minutes. And that's the final whistle. So a very good result and a good match for us. So final scoreline is 3-0 for Bath versus Dartford. And shots is 16-11. Shots on target is 5-6. Possession is 52-48%. And overall, all of our team performed very well here. So very happy with this result. And hopefully we can keep on doing very good results like this. Since I think we have a very strong team this year. We had a pretty good attendance here as well with 875. And Stuart is out for 1 to 2 days, and we'll praise Brandt here for his performance, which was very, very good. And he actually, just a note about last season, and as we see here, he made 35 appearances last season and only scored 14 goals, so that's not good at all. And so far he had made 3 appearances and 3 goals this season in the league, so that's much better. So coming up, the match is against Chelmsford, who are 8th in the league after 3 matches. So might be kinda hard match, but we'll see. You never know. But let's hope we can keep on winning and keep this form up, or building the form that we currently have. I think that will be very good if we can get a very good run here in the beginning of the season. So as said, overall we will just go forward with the season more or less, but we'll see what happens. And what happens here is the midfielder in the center accepted our offer, so we'll accept that as well. And after that we really need to take a look at our finances and maybe see if we can get rid of some of our old players, like maybe Richards. So let's see here, and he's actually not at all as good as he looked like, but he's still a pretty good player to have as a backup at least. I think he will play his role nonetheless, so we'll ask our team leader to welcome him as well. Have means that are declining in availability, which is alright, I guess. Not the best, of course, but it's alright. And Donwall is declining as well, which is also alright, I guess. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's actually take a look here on our squad if we have any players that are costing us money. So not really. We have no players that are we are able to get rid of, so to say. So let's take a look here at the finances and the wages. So we're up now to a wage budget of 36.5k, and we are allowed 32.4k. So and I don't actually know exactly where it's coming from, since this summarizes to 30.6k. But I guess this is, exactly, this is only the basic wage, so with bonuses and everything it comes up to 37k, so we are quite high. above our wage budget. But somehow it's quite similar to where we were last season, and it was alright then, but it's not alright now, so not really sure why, but it's the way it is. So I think, as I said, we will do no more signings now. Rather, if we get some good offers for our players, we might actually sell some players. It's not usually the case even that you get offers for your players at this level. So if you do get them, I think we'll probably try to sell the player, but we'll try to maximize what we get from the player as well. So we'll see about that. You never know. So let's see here the pre-match tactical advice. So we get a few more team instructions to add according to our assistant manager for best result in the upcoming match. So let's do that. And we are slight favorites again in the upcoming match, so should be pretty good. And here we have the scouting meeting. Let's see here if we find any interesting and not both too old. 28 and 24 and 32 is too old for us. In the team, we are trying to build a team of youngsters. It's the best option to get paid as well for selling the players at this level. So we had an average training rating last week of 7.32, so pretty decent. Let's have a look here on the individual level. So Rostarn still below 6.5, but we won't bother with criticizing him. We'll have a look here if we have any player that is improving a lot. Not the case so far, unfortunately. We have Paxman here, who are losing a lot of attributes, which is quite unfortunate. We have Lewis now gaining and losing. A very big mixture. And we have Batten mostly improving and getting worse in some attributes as well. And Richards getting worse, and Conde as well. So we have quite a few players that are losing attributes, but that's also something that unfortunately is the case a lot of the times here in this lower league, since we aren't full time, or we aren't a professional team, so they only train like 3 times per week. So we can't really keep up the attributes as we would like. So anyway, as I said last time, we will let all players that need match sharpness to play 60 minutes per match for the under 23s. And we'll see here if we need to do some changes for the team selection. So I think we'll let Carl Stewart rest here, so we'll put on London instead of Stewart. Other than that, it all looks good, and we'll wait a little bit more for Ward to be put in the team. And Sangare will also be a player for the bench. And we actually now have a pretty good depth in our squad, I think. So if we have an injury run like we had last year in the beginning of the season, which we aren't looking to have at the moment though, but if we do get one, I think we have a pretty good backup for almost any position in the team, so that's very good. So here is the first highlight, and it's a a free kick from Paxman, and he scores. So it's a goal for Bath City. So it's 1-0 for Bath City versus Chelmsford, and a very good free kick there from Paxman with very little spin, just basically straight through the wall and up into the corner of the goal. Very nice free kick, I said. So another highlight here, building up, and we have the ball with Rick to Paxman, and he puts it up towards our attackers, and we get the ball to Brunt, and he passes to Medalus, and it's 1-on-1 versus keeper, but he puts it over the bar. So that will be the final whistle, or the halftime whistle, very, very soon. And that's the halftime whistle. So the first half the first half of the match, the scoreline is 1-0, and the shots is 4-1. Shots on target is 2-1, and possession is 51-49%, all for Bath versus Chelmsford. And not the greatest of halves, but decent, and we have the lead at least, so that's pretty good. And looking at our player ratings, we have Mandalus and Brunt, or strikers, that is not having really the best of games, but other than that it looks pretty decent. So they will get a little time here in the beginning of the second half. We'll, as usual, be looking to make our substitution around the 60-minute mark here. And we get a highlight here for Chelmsford, and they are 1-on-1 versus the keeper, but Freeman saves. Very, very good for us, and very nice to have a safe keeper. And we even have a even better one on the bench, or at least according to our coaches. And there we had a very dangerous chance for Chelmsford, but our defenders cleared the ball very well there, so very good. And they cleared the ball again, and very nice defending there by our defenders. So we have a highlight now in the 62nd minute, where actually it will be Chelmsford that gets a red card. And I think we'll look to do a substitution here after this highlight, or a substitution or two. And we have the highlight with coming with a goal kick from our keeper, and the ball in Chelmsford hands at the moment, but it's back to our keeper, waiting for the goal kick. And there is the goal kick. It's up to Medalus, but it's Chelmsford that gets the hand of the ball, and they are putting it up, and we have the ball back to our defenders and back to our keeper. And it's another goal kick, and this time Medalus gets his head on it, I thought, but he didn't, and it's a 1-on-1 for Chelmsford versus our keeper, but our keeper saves. So it's still 1-0 for Bath City versus Chelmsford. So I think we'll put in Stewart now, actually, instead of London, just so he doesn't get a red card. And we'll put on Mins instead of Medalus, and we'll play Mins as a poacher. And I think that will be it for this moment. The highlight now from Chelmsford with a beautiful free kick that is across into the field, and they score, unfortunately. So it's 1-1 now for Bath City versus Chelmsford. A very good struck goal there, so we'll change our mentality to go to very attacking, and we'll shout the man more. And we have another highlight now building up, and the ball is with Chelmsford at the moment. And we'll make the changes, all these green suggested changes by our coaches. And it's a long shot by Chelmsford just outside the post. So on scream demand more again, or shout demand more again to our team and see if they can do anything decent these last few minutes. Let's hope so. We really don't want to draw here. This is a match we should win, I feel, and especially considering that they had most of the second half with only 10 players, and they unfortunately even got in their equalizer there in the 70 minutes. That's this year, since the final whistle have now gone by. So the final scoreline for the match is 1-1 for Bath City versus Chelmsford, and shots is 7-8, shots on target is 4-6, and possession 50-50%. So overall, not the greatest of game at all. Especially as I said, considering that they got one player sent off. We really shouldn't have drawn this match due to that, but I guess it's overall all right. So can't complain super much about the result there either. And we are currently 5th in the league, 4 points off the leaders, Woking, but we are 3 points ahead of Billikay, who have started very bad, so that's decent at least. And we had an attendance of 808 for the last match, which is decent as well. And we'll praise Paxman here for his performance last match. He didn't think it wasn't that good. And then we'll just say that we are very glad that he thinks he can do better. So we'll let him know that. So that will be everything for this episode. So remember to smash that like button if you like what you see, and comment and everything. And if you haven't already subscribed to Rollslow Gaming, please do so you don't miss out on any of the new episodes coming out to you daily. Thank you so much, and bye bye.